That's my song.
Dance because I never dance. So
Oh,
Hey,
now you dance when we can't see you, Mr. Roboto? No internet?
this.
Come on, we got to see you
Ah
dance,
ha
man. Where
ha.
you
Ah
at?
ha ha. Ah ha ha.
Get up and
Ah ha
dance.
ha.
Get up and
Ah
dance.
ha ha. Ah ha
my
ha.
drunk get, my drunk get. Hey, 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 hey. Shout out to WizKid, man, coming to ATL pretty soon. My wife and her friends are going to the concert.
Okay.
All right, all right. Welcome, Underdog 4-0 in the building.
Hey, man. Hey, calm down there, boy. Let's
Hey.
breathe.
I got excited, man. I got excited.
In the building. Said whiz kid coming, baby. Yeah.
You something else. Let's get to it, man. A few things happened in the NBA. So there's possibility talks of Russell Westbrook being bought out, I believe, by Utah. He's supposed to be talking to the LA Clippers. I think that's gonna be crazy with what's his name? Reggie gone. I can't.
Jackson.
Yeah, Reggie Jackson gone from there. I think Westbrook being reunited with Paul George and how awesome they were in OKC. Don't sleep on that team. Kawhi's doing good now too. They're gonna be a threat in the West, man. I would not want to face them in the first round. So if they get Westbrook, we'll see.
And you get to stay in the same building.
Exactly. So we shall see how that goes. What are y'all thoughts, man?
Westbrook's trash, in my opinion.
He
He hasn't been good for a long time.
A long time is like 3 seasons. uh, because, Russ is still, Hall of Famer. Uh, he just can't shoot, man. I love Russ, but he can't shoot. As long as he ain't over there shooting, he should be fine. Let Paul and Kawhi shoot, he'll be all right.
And speaking of shooting, and taking your shots, couple sports anchors were doing just that the other day. Let me just let the viewing do its thing. JJ Reddick and Mad Dog Russo was arguing about.
Did you watch? Doggy, it's just math.
Let y'all
It's
listen.
attempts, it's makes, and it's percentage. And there's no way you could ever argue Larry Bird is a top 3-point shooter of all time. You can't make that argument.
You're basing it
he's
on
one of the he's one of the best
basing it
shooters
on
ever.
math and a time of when he played. I'm basing it on just shooting. Bird is a unbelievable.
Again, we had this discussion the other day. We had this discussion the other day about James Naismith. James Naismith invented the game. You were rewarded for putting the ball in the basket. There's plenty of people that have shot more, made more, and guess what? Made more at a higher percentage than Larry Bird from 3. I'm not saying Larry Bird is not one of the greatest shooters ever. He's not one of the greatest 3-point shooters ever.
Yes,
you cannot make that argument.
Yes, I'm sorry. Because the 80s is so much different. There's physicality, the way they guarded people. You couldn't. Can we get
Doggy, I've been trying to make a point.
Seriously, can
I've
we
been
get
trying
off
to make
this
a point for you,
physicality
Doggy.
thing? Come on, man.
I've been trying to make a
hold
on, guys.
Physicality, Jay. I mean,
hey,
you don't think
guys,
that counts?
You know what? You and I are going to sit down. You and I are going to sit down. We're going to sit there and we're going to watch finals games from the 1980s.
Well, Jay, here's the difference.
I'm going to show you what physical basketball is versus physical fouling.
You're watching them on YouTube. I saw the games. I watched the games at the time. I watched all these games. You didn't watch it. You weren't alive when these games were being played. Did you see Bird play against the Lakers in '84? Did you see Bird against the Rockets in '86? Were you at courtside watching these games? No. You got to watch the games at the time. Okay. Watching them on YouTube 40 years later is not the same at the moment.
So
watching
let me ask you a question then. When I watch, let's say Steph Curry, for example.
Right.
When I watch Steph Curry off the ball in a playoff game.
Oh, he's great.
Getting grabbed and held by Marcus Smart. They're attached to him at all times.
Right.
Then when I watch Larry Bird come off a pin down and no one's within 5 feet of him and they're shooting the gap. You're telling me one is more physical than the other? You're telling me
more physical than Steph Curry being grabbed and held for 48 minutes?
Who's your top 3, Bo?
So what?
Who's your top 3-point shooters?
Top 3? At top of the list, I have to say Reggie Miller is somewhere there. Because I saw this man drop like 9 or 10 points in the span of 20 seconds. I forget who they were playing as. He was on the Pacers team, obviously, but they were down by like 9 or 10 points in 12 seconds, and he dropped, stole the ball, faded back to the corner three, hit it, stole the ball again, faded back to the same corner, hit another three. I was like, damn, I ain't never seen somebody come back like that in a game. So Reggie Miller will always be there. Okay, I remember growing up, and I would be shooting my threes and be like, Reggie. That's what I used to say growing up. But hey, you know, obviously Steph Curry's on that list as well. The only other person that I would probably argue with putting there on the third spot would be either Klay Thompson or Ray Allen.
So,
and the reason why I say Klay Thompson is because I've watched Klay Thompson drop 60 on 12 dribbles. You know what I'm saying? Strictly catch and shoot, one bounce.
This is going in.
I've told people before, when it comes down to the last shot, who would I rather give it to, Steph or Klay? I give it to Klay all day. But that's just me.
James Harden than Klay Thompson.
You said what?
So I'd rather give it to James Harden than Klay Thompson.
Nah, James Harden will dribble the ball all through there. He probably dribble it up and the timer run out before he get a shot up. Who's your top three?
I got Steve Kerr.
Okay, I can see that.
I put Curry, Ray Allen, and then number 4, I got Kyle Korver.
We said 3, man. Where you get 4 from?
Kyle Korver.
No, bro. You said 3.
Kyle Korver, just putting respect. You're not in the top 3, but you deserve a shout out. You're definitely better than Klay Thompson. That's all I gotta say.
Are you serious right now? Kyle Korver is better than Klay Thompson.
True. Is Kyle Korver a better shooter?
How many championships does Kyle Korver had?
That wasn't the question. I didn't say
it's part of it. It's part of his greatness.
Who's a better shooter?
How about you, Drew? We could go all night about this one.
My personal top 3 probably be Ray Allen. Ray Allen. I'm gonna give you an old one. Carl Hodges off of the Bulls back in the day. And I'm not gonna say Steph Curry because that's lame. So I'm gonna say Ray Allen, Carl Hodges for my throwback pick.
Why Steph Curry lame?
Well, because that's like you know what I'm saying? Like that's I know you can say that.
Or something. You know, saying he's one of the best.
I was gonna say Peja Stojakovic.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because they just system shooters.
The disrespect. You guys gonna leave Reggie Miller off that list?
I personally don't like Reggie Miller. That's why I left him off.
He's in like the top 10, but I would never even think about putting him in this top 3.
Man.
Like I don't know.
Hey, Reggie's commentary be funny. I'll say that. I remember one time a kid was trying to wipe the floor during a skills competition on TNT, and Reggie Miller was like, that kid needs to get hit in the head with a ball. I was like, what? Reggie Miller crazy, man.
Okay. Excuse me, y'all.
James Harden has the 3rd most threes of all time. Just looking it up right now.
I believe that he's a jump shots. If we're just talking about pure jump shots,
breaking up, brother.
About Rip Hamilton in threes, you know.
It's right now it's
short of the record for both teams in the playoff game. Miller for 3, and he got it.
So now we have our worst inbounder, Anthony Mason, take it out.
Greg Anthony was wide open. I threw it to him. He slipped.
And I kind of see his foot stumble just a little bit as he's taking the ball out.
Reggie absolutely shoves Greg Anthony.
It was the best chest pass from either team.
Help. Oh, he threw it away. Reggie
In the heat of the moment, Sam Mitchell fouls John Starks.
I was kind of like in shock that this whole thing happened. At that time, I'm walking to the free throw line, and I'm thinking like, man, did this dude just did it?
We watched John's eyes, and he wanted no parts of those foul shots. There's no way he's going to miss the second free throw. There's absolutely no way. Starks misses the foul shot. Ewing misses the putback.
There is a time to play.
Actually, that is short of the record for both teams.
Miller
for three, and he got it.
So now we have our worst inbounder, Anthony Mason. Take it out.
Greg Anthony was wide open. I threw it to him.
We were all well aware of that game, and he pretty much fouled that dude bad. He's a dirty player.
That's not a dirty play, bro. It's called the NBA, man. Fouls happen all the time. It's no different than the Jordan push-off when he took that infamous shot. How is that different? Is Jordan a dirty player for doing that?
Yes.
No. It's basketball, man.
Jordan didn't play, clean.
But we'll leave it at that. NBA is getting interesting. Kevin Love is seeking a buyout. I wonder where he's going to end up. If he ends up in LA, man, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
How old is he? Like 40?
I don't know how old he is, man. Drew, you with us? Oh. All right. I was asking if Drew was with us because I was going to ask him if he saw the game the other day. And that brings me to our underdog of the week, Mikal Bridges. I think he dropped 41 points as a Brooklyn Net against the Miami Heat. If you're saying something, Drew, we can't hear you. But in the meantime, I pulled up the
He couldn't get past the Bridges.
Oh, we see some strength on the defensive end from
that block.
Dinwiddie peeks the clock. He's got Robinson defending.
No, I have nothing to say.
He's playing so good, right?
For Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yarker over the outstretched arms of Duncan Robinson.
That's a Dinwiddie, that truth though, man.
Nice little bump here at the end of the quarter for the net.
Claxton in
The
there.
close game.
Those 3 fouls. Bridges 17 in the first half. Lob it up. Slam it down. Claxton with a hammer. Continues to force the action.
And watch Clax. He points up and says just put it up there. Adebayo stepping up tight, but there is room on the backside, and that's just a beautiful play and connection.
62-57. Miami. Finney Smith can't hit the 3. Bridges goes upstairs, and he jams it after the offensive rebound, and they did.
I think that's his career high, man.
Mikal Bridges working the offensive glass, size, strength, an extra 2, and then Manny Machado.
Working your internet too. Mad copy.
Phillies fan, step in and steal. Bridges, too high for Finney Smith, but he walks the tightrope and doesn't turn it over.
What'd you say, Dan?
No, your internet's trash too. It's mad choppy.
Bridges catches, releases, got it!
What's choppy? The video?
Yeah.
Touchdown from
Okay.
Simmons.
From my end.
The third.
No.
Fourth quarter is next.
It looks like a slide.
Kick out. Dinwiddie, extra
Can barely
shot
see.
clock
I
winding
can't
down.
see anything that's
Dinwiddie,
happening.
that's a deep one.
Really?
Spencer Dinwiddie on target.
Look, you're playing to me.
Oh, it's better now.
Dinwiddie from the A in Clay.
It's because I went to full screen.
Dinwiddie, a switch out
A
front.
little better.
Robinson. Johnson, the shot clock winding down, goes behind his back. Oh,
Look, I don't know why people are surprised. The dude doesn't have cancer anymore on his team.
Johnson, take a look at this.
Oh,
Around the
coach is gonna be balling out.
tosses it over.
Who are you talking about?
His eyes on this shot though.
Kyrie
the
and
entire time
KD.
looking at the basket.
Oh, okay.
Yo, someone said Devontae Smith looks
Everyone
like
here in
KD's
Barclays was
legs.
on their feet. Take a look at that body control. Okay, Cam.
Bridges against Butler. Bridges, shake, fake, Bridges, and a foul.
I guess the question is, I think they go further with the trades that the people they just acquired.
You see it right here,
Cam,
the strength. Look at him keeping
with
it up
Mikal Bridges.
over the top of
The
Jimmy
Nets
Butler.
go
You got
further
one
in
of
the
the
East
premier
without
wing defenders, and Bridges goes
Kyrie.
right at him.
Kevin Durant.
Notion has been the centerpiece.
Huh?
I think so.
It's retarded, bro. God, bro.
What
I'm
did he
cry.
say?
This shit is so funny.
I missed it.
He said, boy, what about your internet? And then he said, somebody said Devonta Smith looked like KD leg.
The who looks like KD's leg?
Devontae Smith, the wide receiver in the Eagles.
Oh, really?
Hey, you saw that like second play of the game when Justin Reed blew him up? I was like, oh my God.
Nah, I missed that.
He need to put on some weight.
But KD and Kyrie are a cancer. I think Brooklyn's gonna be much better without them.
I wouldn't go far as calling them a cancer. I don't think I could agree with that.
What would you call them?
I just think it was like we discussed last time, I think the organization did a bad job putting talent around them and coaching them properly.
Well, because you saw James Harden came out and he said, like that's why he dipped, pretty much. Like he knew something was wrong.
Yeah, but James Harden be dipping whenever he thinks something is wrong anyway, like look what he did in Houston. I can't take his word for nothing. I just think if the right situation was there, if Steve Kerr was coaching that team, or if Phil Jackson or somebody that knows how to like put all them talents together and make them, excel, I think they would have been fine. I think the fact that the Suns traded one of their star defenders to get KD speaks volume that he's not a cancer. I think the fact that Mark Cuban was willing to get Kyrie and put him on his team, even if it's only for 1 year, shows that. And I mean, Mark Cuban's Jewish too, but we won't go into that realm. Shows that he doesn't think Kyrie is a cancer, so. And usually the people Mark Cuban picks up, he picks them up for a reason because he thinks they can help his team win. So I just leave it at that. But speaking of, weight, you was just saying something I wanted to share. Gold Standard Farms. If you all about getting that weight up, they were founded in Martin, Tennessee in 1941. For more info, you can email Carson at goldstandardfarms.com. And they are a boutique hemp farm specializing in organic hemp cultivation, seed genetics, R&D, and eco-friendly hemp-based material.
Man, I think I don't think that they're a cancer. I'm gonna pull the KG. I don't think they're a cancer, but I think they're cancerous for their teams, and they just cause a little bit more drama than some people are dealing with. And in the NBA, where you kind of have to rotate anywhere from 10 to 12 guys on a regular basis, I'll take 4 good players over 2 great players every day of the week.
I got to disagree with y'all, man, because KD came to the Warriors and won 2 championships in 3 years.
They didn't need him. They didn't need him.
They did.
They needed him. When he was there,
they needed him against LeBron. And I just leave it at that. I ain't going to say nothing else. They did. As much as I love the Warriors and as much as I think they're great, you don't win those 2 championships without KD. But if y'all think he's cancerous, please bring him back to the Warriors. I'll welcome him with open arms. Y'all think Kyrie is cancerous, please bring him to the Warriors. We'll welcome him with open arms. I guarantee you we win 3-4 more championships with the both of them on our squad. But that's just my opinion.
Kyrie's more of a cancer than KD because of his off the field PR issues.
But, I think he's just misunderstood, man. He kind of reminds me of like I don't want to compare him to Dennis Rodman or from players back in the day where people don't get them, and they try to put a label on them, and they're overcritical of everything that they do. This is the person who got a lot of flack when he said the world is flat and it's not round. He's just somebody still trying to find himself. As crazy and ludicrous as that sounds, is that a reason for us to say he's a cancer to his team because he shares his opinions with the public and he answers? I'd rather have somebody who, when reporters ask them a question, they answer truthfully, as opposed to people who, when reporters ask them questions, answers like a robot.
I disagree with that.
Play the game.
If I'm Bill
Coach
Belichick,
called my number. I did what I was supposed to. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
So if you were on the Patriots and Tom Brady was your quarterback, you want him answering with his true heart that he loves Donald Trump? No, be quiet.
I don't like Tom Brady, and I don't like the Patriots, so I wouldn't really care about how he answers.
Not to get into it, but look, if we're all on a team together. Let's say you're on a rookie contract, you're trying to make it. You're excited to play with me. I'm a veteran. I'll play the Kyrie Irving card. And the thing that breaks it for me is oh no, I don't believe in the vaccine. I'm gonna sit out. The whole year. That fucked up the chemistry a lot because that's when they're first.
That's his right though, because teams were coming in.
It's his right, but they still got to do the work.
But teams were coming in. Hold on, Dane. Teams were coming into New York, and they weren't required to take the vaccine. But the people who play for the New York Nets, the Brooklyn Nets, they're required to take the vaccine. It's a double standard.
I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong, but the reality is this is how I eat. This is how I feed my family. Okay. With the money I make, I'm trying to make it in the league. And
so what you're saying is he should have did it for his teammates.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he picked his values and his family, which you should do.
And
that's what never go with the grain.
If it's not, life-threatening, whatever, this is part of the business.
No, you can't look
at whatever it is. I'm not going to get into it as right or wrong because there is no answer for that. But that to me was a breaking point. It cut, regardless of whatever, if it's right or wrong, that reduced critical hours for practicing and stuff when they was just joining the team for that whole year.
If it reduces it or not, he did what was best for him in that situation. Yes, it's a team sport, but and I'll give you the biggest example. Michael Jordan is still mad today that Scottie Pippen was trying to negotiate his contract in the year when they could have won. They talked about it in the little documentary they did on Michael Jordan. Mm-hmm. But Scottie Pippen had to pick and do what he thought was right for his family, regardless of what team sport and what the ultimate goal was of winning another championship. He was trying to negotiate a contract for the betterment of his family, not because of the team. So it's the same thing. Kyrie made the decisions that he made for the betterment of his family first. Just like you right now should be making decisions like we were discussing off camera for the betterment of your family and not for the team or the goons or whatever you may want to call it. Regardless how it may hurt the morale of the goons or hurt the morale of the team, at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you first before you can think about anybody else.
And when you decide to put yourself first and that hurts the team, guess what? I still have to do the work. Me and Drew, now me and you got to win games because Bull are going to sit out. We'll do it 2 versus 3. I get it. You have your right, but.
Well, technically, he didn't miss games. He wanted to play. They didn't allow him to. And he played away games. He didn't play home games. They chose to not let him. And guess what they did now? They've lifted the mandate. You don't have to get the vaccine to play. So in a sense, you would say he was right and they were being stubborn. But I digress. We don't have to keep going into it. We'll move on.
He's right in any sense, but we'll go ahead. And then...
I'll say one thing about it. Kyrie is not misunderstood. I'm misunderstood. Kyrie be extra, bro. He be just a little bit extra, and it draws negative attention towards him, and it just kind of he's more on the side of controversial and you know what I mean? It's just. And it's fine. There are players like that. You know what I mean? Like Dennis Rodman, he said, man, I got to have a night in Vegas. he flew out to Vegas. He came back. I'm pretty sure he got like 20 rebounds. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like some people are just different, bro. And Kyrie's different. It takes a special handler to, and I'm not trying to belittle the man. I'm saying like, you know, like it takes a specific coach, a specific organization that I like. He's bounced around the league. It's going to take something specific for him to succeed at that level again.
And with that said, we'll move on about somebody succeeding at that level. Congratulations to Joe Mazzula. He just got named as the permanent head coach of the Boston Celtics. I think he was serving on an interim basis. I've loved what I've seen in him with the Boston Celtics thus far. They're making big noise. I think they make it out the East again if the Bucks have nothing to say about that. I know you're gonna say the Heat got something to say too, but we will see. We'll see. Playoffs gonna be coming soon. April is just around the corner. We shall see. And with that said, anybody else have anything?
The Heat do seem to always turn it up in the playoffs. Like I watch them during the regular season, a game or two. I'm like, this team's trash. And then then they just seem to just, I don't know, survive and make it. But
I say we're a second round team at best this year. It's just something about it. We can't shake the Jimmy pitcher. Like we don't have a dog on defense. It's like the Bam and Hero show. It's just not what we're used to. So we'll be in the playoffs. We'll win games, but I don't know. I'm not feeling it right now. Things could change. Oh, we got rid of Deadman too. We traded away Deadman.
Okay.
So we traded away our height now too. So you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, I'm not feeling it this year. I'll still watch, but we probably won't win.
Well, the thing, I think you guys are missing the dog, the underdog, like you said, on defense. But I also feel like you guys are missing like a prolific scorer, somebody that the defense would not want to leave open, so that him and Bam can do that, pick and roll type of game. I feel like you guys are missing, and I wish Jimmy Butler was that person, but sometimes he just does way too much for the team, and when the fourth quarter comes, he doesn't have any more legs, and he starts missing the shots. So that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean Jimmy can get you 40.
Yeah,
but he's not gonna get you 40 every night.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's just kind of one of those things. He's supposed to be hero. He was supposed to wanted to step up. He said he wanted to start and roll. I'm not feeling it. Kyle Lowry's got to go. No, bro. He looks like a big fourth grader. I hate Kyle Lowry, bro. I can't stand him, bro. Can't stand him. Like, bro, brush your hair, get to the bus stop on time, make sure you do your homework. That's what he looked like. And he don't look athletic.
The disrespect, man.
Bro,
he's a champion now.
Bro, he don't look athletic one bit. Can't stand him.
He's a champion now.
Can't stand him, bro.
You know what I was looking at that kind of made, I don't have as much pulse in the NBA as both of y'all. So the Bulls have been trash for so long, right? And I've been I'm like, hey, okay, 2 years in a row, no moves. I'm like, oh, maybe they're tanking or something. Like, what? I'm just trying to figure out the strategy here. And then, like, I'm looking at all the projected mock drafts because that one kid, the Victor Wembanyama, whatever his name is.
Wembanyama.
Victor Wembanyama. You better say that name correctly now. VW out there. VW out there, bro.
VW, we'll call him that. that dude gonna be better. Like he could be, because anything can happen. But I mean, that dude looks like a blue chip guy. And of course, I'm like looking. They haven't gone to the Houston Rockets. I know it's the lottery stuff, but I'm like, what the fuck are the Bulls doing? What's going on?
You want to know what they're doing?
Please tell me.
The same thing your headband is doing. Absolutely nothing, man. I'm joking.
You see this? I got it slicked in the back now, so I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Look,
this is not a headband; it's a chef wrap. Hey,
whatever it is, it's not serving as
hair out your food.
Oh man, nah, they ain't doing nothing, man.
Oh my god,
what's wrong with you, Drew? What happened to your video?
Yeah, crazy.
I got the hiccups. I've been laughing too much.
I was gonna say, I have a bunch of single friends out here. If you want me to put them in touch with your wife's friends, send them single for the concert, but let me know after the show. I'll fly them out there for you, right, Bowling?
Nah, I think the people coming have partners, man. But I'll let you know you said that. On that note, subscribe below. See y'all next week. From Miami go.
How the YouTube clips be so loud and then the music you can't hear? I don't know.
What your headband say again?
The clips be like so loud, blasting, and then the music you can't hear it.
Oh, really? I'll turn it up next time.